All right. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Praveen Tripathi, and with me is, of course, one and only Goga sir.
Namaskar ji.
So, students, we did a video a couple of days back, but then there were queries that students wanted to interact and wanted to ask questions in a one-to-one session. So, we thought that let us do a live session. So, Jiaji sir, first let's show our presentation, and then we can take questions from the students. So, students, if you see that the name of the presentation or the title of the presentation is aiming 200 plus. We are no longer talking about only 150 because now we have a lot of evidence, we have a lot of students who have followed these techniques that we are going to talk about and cross not only 200 but 225 to 40, in fact 250 sir.
Yes.
So we are going to aim for more than 200, and what we want is our students, while they are preparing for FMGE exam, of course they have to crack the exam. At the same time, they should also start preparing simultaneously for the next step, which is going to be NEET PG or INI-CT. So we have to target good score, big marks, and as we just saw, we can definitely achieve it if we do the right things. So students, we'll take your questions in some time. Gobind sir, if we talk about a score of 200 plus, an absolute must is this. Earlier, and in fact even now, some students what they do is, say for 12, 13 subjects they will study properly, and for some subjects they will do just PYQs, or they would spend hardly a day for 3 or 4 subjects. That is not going to work. And not only about 200, even if you are scoring, if you are aiming 150, 19 subjects have become very important. And one of the reasons why this is so, of course, everybody reads pharma or PSM and everything. Let me talk about my subject, a short subject. Many students make this mistake that short subjects are not so important, or say something like anatomy is difficult to understand. If you look at the last paper, from the short subjects of final year, the 5 short subjects, almost 50 questions were asked. 40 to 50 questions were asked from these short subjects. From psychiatry, only 8 questions were asked. From derma, 10 questions were asked. Add to this subjects like forensic. Add to this even subjects like biochemistry, and we are looking at something like 80. So it is a huge number. How can you go to the examination hall without these 80 questions knowledge? So 19 subjects are an absolute must. That is a given. इसमें कोई शक नहीं बचा.
So very important thing is you need to target all the subjects. More the number of subjects you will miss, there will be lesser chances that you will pass the exam. तो अपने chances क्यों कम कर रहे हो? Okay? So you should complete all the 19 subjects.
Second thing, this is something that we talk about again and again. Even today, when we are about to start with the preparation, students are going to make this mistake, the mistake of FOMO. They think that I should study from this source also, that source also, this question also, that book also. You have to remember that at least 2 revisions are important. And we are saying at least, if you talk to Goga sir will say at least 3 revisions. But at least 2 revisions are a must. So whatever strategy we follow, we have to make a strategy in such a way that we get enough time for at least 2 or 3 revisions. Goga sir, as I am saying, even today, some students must be saying, is it enough? Should I do that also? What do you have to tell those students, sir?
So basically what is important is whatever you have studied for 3 times, only that you are going to remember. So whatever you are studying once, you will never remember. अगर आपको कोई कहता है ना कि मैं एक बार पढ़ता हूँ याद हो जाता है, वो बेवकूफ़ बना रहा है. 2 बार वो अपने कमरे में बैठ के पढ़ चुका है. So it is very important. If you study anything for 3 times, only then there is chances that you will remember it. Remembering things with just 1 time is not possible. Right. And if you try to do too many things, so obviously you will not be able to revise because the time is limit. Yeah. So that's why we say do only that much which is necessary, but revise that again and again.
Right. So in the beginning, students try to cover a lot. In the end, they end up leaving the entire subjects. Do not make that mistake. Finally, it's going to be an MCQ exam. Whatever knowledge you have to use that knowledge to answer MCQs. So you can read as much as you want. If you can't solve MCQs properly, or if you do not have good MCQ solving skills, it is not going to come handy. That knowledge is not going to come handy. So regular practice of MCQs is very important. Goga sir, PYQs and PYTs.
So as we keep on saying, Dr. Purv Kam says in Hindi, जो आया है वही आएगा. Clear? So previous year questions, previous year topics are being repeated since 20 years and they will be repeated even after 20 years. Clear? So इसमें कोई शंका नहीं है कि जो टॉपिक्स पूछे जा रहे हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और उन्हीं में से पूछा जाएगा, बिकॉज दैट इज द ओनली इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. आगे डॉक्टर बन के भी आप वही चीज़ें देखोगे, सेम केसेज यू आर गोइंग टू सी. सो दैट्स वाई it is very important because we are targeted that this topic is being asked. So you cannot prepare everything for the exam. Time to hai nahi. You don't have 5 years to study now. You have 6 months. So what is important is you concentrate on PYQs and PYTs. That is most important.
What we are seeing is PYQs are being asked in the form of clinical questions now. The same question, but they add a clinical vignette or clinical history. So PYQs are still being asked, but sometimes in a modified way. And PYTs are going to be, the crux of the examination no matter what. Okay, sir, GTs, grand tests. This is going to happen. As the students start with the program, sir, some of them would not appear for GTs saying, I'll get low marks. My confidence will go down. Sir, what do we have to tell these students?
So practice of grand test is very, very important. Grand test is not for marks. Mind it, they are not for seeing what marks you get. So do not get demotivated ke marks kam aayenge. Okay? So when to start giving GTs, the time is now. Clear? So whenever first grand test we will give in the mission plan, you have to start at that time, grand test. Clear? So why grand test is important? Number one, grand test will make you a habit of sitting for 3 hours continuously. In the actual exam, when you sit for 3 hours plus 3 hours, it is very difficult. You can think for 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hours. After that, your brain stops. When the brain stops working, you say, I have made silly mistakes. No mistake is silly. Mistake is a mistake. You are losing a mark on a mistake. So why that silly mistake? Because your brain got tired. You are not able to think. So that's why you need to train your brain for sitting for 3 hours and thinking continuously. Clear? So that is possible only if you give repeatedly GTs. Second thing, if you make any question wrong in GT, you will obviously see why that question is wrong. And there is very low chance that you will actually make that mistake in the actual exam. So what I commonly say is more number of mistakes you make in grand test, there is lesser chance you will make the mistake in actual exam. तो grand test में जितने गलत होते हैं उतनी अच्छी बात है, actual में उतने कम गलत होंगे. Okay? So that these are the two main aims of the grand test. One, practice sitting continuously for 3 hours, and second, very important, is to see your mistakes so that you do not repeat in the actual exam.
Well said, sir. And if I may add, grand tests also act as an exposure therapy for you. A lot of students say that I get too anxious on the day of the exam, I make a lot of mistakes. So all of you know that if there is a phobia, the treatment is exposure therapy. So GTs are like an exposure treatment for you, exposure therapy for you. And that is why you have to give GTs in actual exam situation, right? Sit in front of a desktop. Tell family members not to disturb me. Keep the phone aside. And the GTs that we give in Mission 200 Plus are exactly in the same format like they're in the real exam. Another good thing, Hoga sir, we have made GTs free for all, available for all for the initial 1 or 2 months at least. So everybody should appear for these GTs.
And one thing I would like to add, I have taken 10 interviews, 12 interviews this time, and all the students have the actual marks plus minus 5 of the last grand test they have given.
Well said, sir. The same thing happened with me. I took 5 interviews. I think 4 out of them said, of 5 said that my marks were like 2 or 3 marks different from the final GTs. So that is why I will come to that also. And I mean, this is something that I keep on saying the entire year, that if you can take the preparation to the last day, half the game is won. So take the preparation to the last day. Remember the mistakes that you made in GT, you would not be making them in the actual exams. So we have any questions?
So what will be advantage of doing grand test if we have not even prepared 1 or 2 subjects now? So this is where students just keep this in mind. Your preparation will never be 100%. Okay? Even on the day of the exam, even the person who is getting highest mark in the exam, even his preparation is not 100%. So it will never be 100%. You just start giving the grand test. Maybe you have done only 2 subjects, maybe 1 subject. So what you need to assess is whatever subject you have already studied thoroughly. Assess that subject, that how you are going through in that subject, and rest of these 16, 17 subjects which you have not studied. So you are most important thing, first goal of the grand test, that means you are sitting for 3 hours and thinking. So at least keep on with that. So gradually every grand test you will complete more syllabus and your marks will also start improving.
Right. And also remember one thing, in GTs there is often a plateau phase, right? And there is a phase where the score would not seem like improving, or it would not seem like improving. So many times what happens is your score in GTs would start at a low level, it will stay at the low level. You will get anxious and worried कि number क्यों नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, and then suddenly you will start seeing a sudden increase. And then maybe some students say that they end up reaching a plateau. That is okay. That is not our problem. The problem is the initial one. In the initial phase, the numbers may remain constant even when you are studying. That is okay. The numbers suddenly start increasing exponentially after you have collected a significant amount of knowledge. All right. So we are about to start with the Mission 200 program today with Goga sir. The first class is going to be live on the YouTube as well. And we talked about this in one of the videos also, but the last Mission 200 plus results were exceptionally well. We are thinking more than 75% for the simple reason that we were able to cover all these points. The program is structured and the content is FMG focused. It's not that we have just recorded videos and we are asking everybody to watch the same videos. The content of Mission 200 plus is different from the content of Mission 2.2, which is for NEET PG and ICT. So an FMG focus approach is helping a lot. And then the structure approach of having 3 labs. We are going to start with the lab 1 today. What are labs? Lab 1, detailed lectures. Lab 2, revision. Lab 3, last 2-week revisions. So, and a lot of students, Goga sir, this time said that in lab 2, they were able to do another revision.
Yes.
So they ended up with 3 revisions. Daily live classes. Now students, this is I think the USP of Mission 200 plus. Somebody like Goga sir, as senior and as great a teacher like Goga sir is teaching you live. The chances that you will sit for 5 hours along with him and complete these topics are much higher than you sitting all alone at your home and trying to watch videos. So these live classes, they enforce discipline. Even when you feel that ki man nahi kar raha padhne ka, when you see Goga sir is teaching and you will be left behind, you have to study. That is why these classes are so efficient. So use these classes to the best of your capability. Bring a regularity to your approach. What is going to happen? Goga sir is going to teach for 3-4 days and then we will have an END. What is END? A test and discussion. As we said, knowledge is one thing, using that knowledge to solve MCQs is another thing. So Goga sir will tell you what mistakes student makes, how to differentiate between 2 options, how to solve a question even when you do not remember the thing entirely. Goga sir, from today we are also going to start with late night PYQs. What exactly are they?
So basically you need to do the previous year questions. We already stressed upon the importance, and many times the students say कि पहले ये syllabus कर लेता हूँ, then I will do PYQs, then first I should revise, then I will do PYQs, and finally the student skips the PYQs and many times not do the enough PYQs. So what we have done is, instead of doing all the PYQs at one stretch, so we are giving them 30 to 40 questions daily. On a daily basis, late night 11:30 you will get the 30 or 40 questions in the app. So you will solve them. So if you keep on solving them, entire PYQs you will be solved. Clear? And further, at the late night, as we commonly say, this is the time when you are less likely to study or you are not in the mood. So you will utilize that time also.
So we'll be starting at 10:30 p.m. and the window will be till 12 or 12:30, right? And late night PYQs in the beginning, in the lab 1, they would be subject wise. So for example, Goga sir is teaching pharma, they would be from pharma. In the lab 2, they'll become mixed bag from all the subjects. And this we have already talked about. Grand test in Cerebellum, we keep on repeating this thing, me and Goga sir. Our aim is not to impress you with our GTs. Our aim is to give you GTs that are closest to the real exam, and we take a lot of pride in what we were just discussing, that the final score in GTs were very close to the actual result. This is the program, my dear students. We are starting with pharmacology, of course. GRJ sir will start a class in like 1 hour, 29th of January, and 29th, 30th, 31st and 1st of Feb. Sir will complete the class and then we'll go to physio and then we'll have a test and discussion. Similarly, all the subjects will be taken. As you can see, mid-level subjects like pharma, 4 days of teaching and 1 day of END. Bigger subjects like Obs Gynae, 6 day, PSM, 7 days. Then things like medicine, 8 days, even 10 days, 10 days, right? Surgery, probably 8 days or 7 days. So this is how it is. Shorter subjects, 2 days, mid-level subject, medium subjects, 4-5 days, bigger subjects, 7 to 10 days. We'll be completing all of this on 30th of April. This is the first lab. So by the end of the first lab, you would have read all subjects in details. You would have done the test and discussions or ENDs of all the subjects. You would have completed all the PYQs and you would have appeared for at least 4 GTs. This is till 30th of April. And then in May, we would start with the second lab. revision class followed by again END, revision classes followed by END, and then finally we'll have something called as marathon FMG in the last 2 weeks before the final exam once the dates are announced, and you would be going to the exam with at least 2 or 3 revisions, right? So our advice is in the second lab, 1 revision would be done by the teacher. Ensure that you also revise simultaneously. So this is the program, my dear students, and of course when you subscribe to Mission 200 Plus, you get access to everything, recorded main lectures and quick revision videos. Goga sir, what is the importance of giving main videos to these students?
So basically, some students feel that in a particular subject or in a particular topic, they need to study more. Like that topic is very weak because we are giving a particular time that you have to study in these 6 hours. Okay, but like one topic may be strong for one student, may be weak for another student. So we will advise that if you feel that any topic is weaker, so do not shy away. You can see that from main videos. Yeah? So you have all the content available with you.
At the same time, please remember the mission classes are much more extensive than the rapid revision videos. And they are not as extensive as main videos, so that you can complete these classes and revise them in time. So as Goga sir said, if you are very weak in some subject, you can use it. Otherwise, mission videos would be more than enough. You get access to QBank, you get access to GTs, you get access to BTR by Zainab ma'am. Some important questions. We have covered this in one of the recorded videos, but live there are a lot of students, 550 students. Mission 200 plus enough? The answer is a big yes. A big yes. It is more than enough to get you a score of 250 plus as well. Right? So period. इस बात को भूल जाओ. इस बात को एक पैसे की भी importance मत दो. And now we don't have to say it. You ask your seniors who are a part of Cerebellum Mission 200 plus program. Alright. You have studied some subjects from another platform, how to integrate it with Mission 200 plus.
So basically, if you can complete that subject within the stipulated time from your own source, like we have given 4 days for pharmacology, if you can revise all the content within those 4 days, so do from same place and you are comfortable with that. Second thing, even if you are done from any place, give the ENT. That is very important. Exam and discussion you must attend for all the subjects from wherever you have done, because you will get to the idea how to apply that knowledge for solving the MCQs. So that is very important. But if you are feeling that you have done from another source, but you will not be able to complete in the stipulated time, or you feel that the content is not that good enough, so we will advise that do not shy away and change the source to mission program.
So if you have a lesser hold, use mission classes. If you have a strong hold and you can do it in the same time, you can revise it from there, but do ENDs. A suggestion is, now that you are 5 months away from the exam, it's very difficult to complete in the same time. Do mission classes. And I think sir took a wrong example of pharma, because everybody studies from GRG sir only. Maybe for some other subject, maybe psychiatry, this example may still be applicable. All right. Goga sir, this is for our students who have been following some strategy, but they are stuck in 130s, 140s.
So we discussed earlier also, if you are stuck in 130s, 140s, 145s, so 5 questions you need to ask yourself. Number 1, have you completed all 19 subjects?
Did I complete all 19 subjects? Yes. Okay.
If you have not completed, please complete the subjects which you have not done. Second thing, did you revise these subjects? Or you just did them once? So I already told, doing once will not be sufficient, so you need minimum 2 revisions.
So sorry, a very interesting thing is some students are feeling, that sense of gratification by that green tick. I mean, they are watching a video at 2.5x or 2x, and the moment they see green tick, they feel that I have done it. This is not how it works. Completing a video is very different from understanding the video, right? So when sir says, have you completed, it means have you understood it? Right? It's not a podcast that you can, come have a 30% concentration and consider it's done. Not going to happen. So have you completed any subjects, Goga sir said? Have you revised at least 2 times, Goga sir said?
Number 3 is PYQs. Have you a strong hold on PYQs? Have you solved all the PYQs and along with the PYTs? So that is very important. Very, very important. Have you appeared for enough grant tests? That is very important. So grant tests are the most important thing. They are like the actual exam. And most importantly, have you revised the MCQs? MCQs first. Yeah. So because MCQs are the most pillar. So you are three pillars we commonly keep on saying: theory, MCQ, GTs. So all three should be given a balanced approach. And the most important, have you been able to revise everything in last 15 days?
Right.
So these are the things you need to answer. If an answer to any of these questions is no, so that is your weakness. So come to that, solve that, and you will definitely pass.
Right. I'll just add one thing on the last point that Goga sir said. As sir very nicely said, that it's a exam where facts are very important. Concepts are important, of course, but facts remain important. So in the last 15 days, you have to bring everything together. And see, that is why these marathon programs are so successful. Please remember, it's very difficult for teachers. You know, when Goga sir is asked to complete the entire pharma in 4 hours, of course he says that, it's only 4 hours. But imagine a person like Goga sir, a person like Vivek sir being given 4 hours, they will give you the absolutely important stuff before the exam, and you keep that thing fresh in your mind, and you are going to the examination hall with fresh memories. So it's going to help you so much. Right, Goga sir, so many students that we interviewed said that I was doing internship from China, I took a flight, came to India, passed exam, went back. Is it possible to crack the exam, sir?
100% sure. Surely you will be able to pass. Only important thing is you need to work extra. Because you need, apart from the duties, you need to give time to mission programs also. So suppose the mission program is coinciding according to your, not coinciding according to your time zone. You are staying and you are not able to attend the live classes, then you can attend the recorded classes.
Right. So if you can't attend live, like for those who are in China, it's still possible because the classes start at 7:30. But say if you are in Europe or somewhere else, you can always watch the recorded lectures. But sir, as sir said, discipline has to be maintained. You have to be disciplined not only for the classes but also for late night PYQ marathons. This sir has already covered. GTs, they are very important. Which notes to follow? So we have two answers to this. Quick revision notes are pretty good and they are mostly in sync with the class. Please remember, see, according to the examination, teachers tweak certain things. Say two new topics were asked in the exam in a particular subject. The teacher will definitely add those things, na? So don't start saying कि ये match क्यों नहीं कर रहा है. Some things will not be matching, but 80 to 90% of the stuff would be matching. And then there are students who say that I want to do active learning. So for that we have workbooks. Right.
So I will simplify this. If you are ready to write around 20 to 25% of the things, like in a 6-hour class, if you are continuously want to write, then use workbooks. But if you are not comfortable with writing too much, then use quick revision notes.
And our recommendation is go with quick revision notes. Focus more on what teacher is saying, less on writing. All right. So these questions we have covered, sir. Let's take some questions, important questions from the students now.
Yes, we can study.
Okay, somebody asked, please give us midday modules also. See, midday modules, if you want to do, you can access those. All you have to do is change the profile from FMGE to NEET PG and you can do midday modules. But I would not recommend the same. Remember, you have got only 5 months. If you are appearing for December 2025 exam or later, then definitely go with midday modules. Midday module is basically a part of QBank that has been chosen by the teachers. If you are appearing for July or June 2025 exam, no need to do midday modules, focus more on late night PYQs. In later exams, definitely you can use it. Because sir, sorry, somebody is preparing for December 25 or later. What should be the approach?
So the approach is you need to do mission program only during the last 6 months. Like if you are appearing for December, start it in July. If you are appearing for even after that June 26, then start in January. So till that time, try to make your weak subject strong by using main videos. So make them strong, then mission programs will be very easy for you to use.
Right. So use main videos if you have 1 year. At the same time, a small disclaimer. A lot of students say, I can't focus on videos. I can't maintain discipline. In that case, you can definitely use mission classes as well. Right, sir? Even if you're using main videos, do one thing that Goga sir said. Add ENDs to it.
Yes.
The ENDs are always stored in the app in the subject-wise session. Say you're appearing for December exam, you studied pharmacology. Well and good. Go to the END of pharmacology and appear for it. So use main videos. If you can't focus, use mission videos. But in either case, take ENDs.
So question is, sir, I have completed some subjects from the last mission FMG 200. Should I watch these subjects videos again, or notes revision is enough?
The answer remains the same. If you can revise it in the stipulated time, if you're able to focus, if you're able to maintain concentration, you can definitely revise. But why do you want to let go of the chance of, listening to the lecture again? Is
also revision.
It is also revision. But to each his own. If you like revising on your own, no problem with that. The only thing that we would still insist is ENDs. ENDs are extremely important. Goga sir, one student I was interviewing, she got some 200 score. She told me the same thing, that she did 13 subjects from mission, 5-6 from some place else. And I remember her line, it's there in the interview also, that she was not able to revise those 5-6 subjects. But she could revise 13 subjects. That is the beauty of mission program, because something is being done, you are forced to do it. And things that you want to do on your own, they get left. So if you're a person with a lot of self-discipline, please do it. But if you are like most of us, moderate discipline.
सिंपल सी बात है, जैसे हमारे जैसे लोग डंडे के बिना काम नहीं करते, तो यूज मिशन प्रोग्राम. Sir, can you suggest any prerequisites to study before starting with medicine?
Okay, so medicine is very interesting because a big subject, and most of us, do not have enough time to complete it. There are two things. I think Dr. Dilip does a wonderful job. He teaches for 8-9 days. This time he's teaching for 10 days. And if you can attend those 10 classes, you would become very strong in medicine. But it's not going to be easy. He tends to continue teaching till 1 a.m. at night. He starts at 5:30 or 6 and takes a 6 or 7 hour lecture. But if you are disciplined enough and you can attend those 9-10 days of classes, believe you me, your medicine would be at another level. You'll have to sit for at least 2-3 hours on the day one. Do not stand out of and go out of the class within 30 minutes, because medicine takes some time. It's not easy. But once you have completed those 2-3 hours of lectures, once you become used to the style of Dilip sir's teaching, you would not find a better source. Option 1 is this. Option 2 is Dilip sir has done a tremendous effort and created something called as Medicine in a Day. It's a recorded video lecture in the quick revision program, quick revision videos of the app. And these are like 24 hours of lectures. So if you don't want to sit for 10 days, you can also do this. But again, I'm telling you, completing live is much more easier than doing it on your own. Attend those classes, your medicine question would get solved.
Sir, what if some subjects are weak and we directly start mission program? Is it possible?
Yes, it's 100% possible. Because in the mission programs, the teacher starts from the basics. As I said, it is not as concise as quick revision videos. It is more elaborate than that. At the same time, it is not so extensive that it can't be completed. So even if you are weak, start with the mission classes. And see, that is the best option available. We have 5 months available only. If you're appearing for December examination, you can definitely go for main videos. But if you're appearing for this examination, mission videos are your best bet.
So basically, I want to tell you that if you do not have any concepts in any subjects, do not worry. The teachers will cover concepts also. So that's the difference between the quick revision videos and the mission program. So in the mission programs, we are discussing almost everything with concepts. Conceptual knowledge we will give. So do not worry.
Somebody is asking, sir, what should be our approach to Q banks other than midnight PYQs? Again, if you're appearing for the June examination, for MCQ, we are doing ENDs, 2 cycles of ENDs. We are doing late night PYQs and we have GTs. This is more than enough. You don't have to do anything beyond it. You need not go for Q banks. But if you're appearing for December exam, definitely you can do Q bank, you can do midday modules also.
So I would like to add, if you are having too much FOMO of the question bank, what you can do is whatever topic has been taught last day, make the custom module from those topics and solve 50 questions.
But पहले ये करके दिखाओ, इतना करके दिखाओ, उसके बाद बात करना ना, ये भी कर लूँ वो भी कर लूँ, इतना तो होता नहीं है किसी से. Please remember that see there is a reason why we are getting angry at this question. 99.9% of the students are not able to do this much. ये आसान नहीं है, इसमें बहुत मेहनत लगने वाली है. अगर लग रहा हो तो पहले इतना करो, उसका जो करना करके दिखाना.
Sir, I have main notes, have finished a few subjects too with main videos. Now I am going with mission program because I am appearing for July. Shall I go for workbooks or main notes? We already told you the difference. If you want to write, use workbooks. If you do not like to write, then use the quick revision notes.
And if you have underlined your main notes already, stick to it.
Then
से workbook लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, फिर उसे पे stick करो. ये क्या है सर बताइए?
How to integrate BTR with the mission videos.
All right. So if you want to do the integration of BTR along with the mission videos, I mean, Zena ma'am was there 2 days back. She said the same thing. Once you are done with the class, say you are done with the pharma class, tomorrow in the afternoon, you can just open the BTR and see if there is anything extra. After we do the mission videos, doing the BTR videos becomes much easier because majority of the content has already been covered in a more detailed way. If you find something extra, you can just add it to your quick revision notes or whatever you are using. That is how you go about it.
Harshini is asking, sir, I'm studying for the first time, unable to finish within the scheduled time. What should I do? Should I leave the subject and start upcoming subject and do it later during lab 2 or do the present subject?
What do you mean by I'm not able to complete it within the time? I think she's studying on her own.
Yeah, maybe.
So see, that is why we keep on saying again and again that follow the live class. When you're following the live class, you have to finish it in the time. There is no other option. But if you think that I will do the class later on or I would see the recorded videos, then this problem of the backlog arises. Follow the schedule of live classes. Ensure that you are not missing on anything and your course would go on a decent pace, the right pace.
Rumek is asking, studied pharma twice, still cannot remember. Beta, if anyone can remember pharma in 2 times, that is a genius and not beyond genius. So for remembering pharma like subjects, you need to study 4 to 5 times minimum. Right. So that's why do not try to study too much, but whatever you study, try to study 3, 4, 5 times, whatever you can.
Right, and see, there's a reason why they give MCQs in the exam. Now they give 4 options, so that even if you don't remember everything clearly, you are able to at least make an intelligent guess. PDFs, students are asking, so whatever class we take, we give PDFs in the beginning itself, the PDFs of the PPT that the teacher is going to use. You can use that if you like, but again, as we have said, we prefer that students use quick revision notes.
So Dudu has again asked her question that she's saying like 4 days pharma which is taught in the class. She is not able to complete that.
Complete that मतलब sir?
That means revise नहीं कर पाती ना.
Okay. तो रिवीजन करवाएंगे ना सर. लैब 2 जब आएगा तो रिवाइज होगा, फिर लैब 3 जब आएगा तो भी रिवाइज होगा.
Whatever you can revise, try to revise in that stipulated time. जितना हो पाए try to complete all. But if you are not able to complete, don't worry. Then lab 2 में चले जाना.
Sayan Mishra is saying, sir, are we going to have test on the cover topic at midnight every day? Yes. The tests in the late night PYQs are from the topics that are being taught plus minus certain things, right? Because again, teachers are also not able to follow the same thing in every session. So majority would be from the same topic. Some questions may come from the last topic or the next topic. That's okay.
Arman Beg is saying, Mr. Goga, I'm studying for the first time ever and I will appear in June for FMG. What should be my approach? So your approach should be to totally follow mission program. So you need to study very, we can say hectically. You need to study 10-12 hours a day. And if you can follow the mission program, you will definitely pass.
And it's not Mr. Goga, it's Dr. Goga, sir.
Sir, except live classes, do we finish the main lecture videos and rapid revision or only to focus on live classes? Better focus on live classes only. So you do not need to do main videos or quick revision videos. So whatever is covered in the live classes, that is good enough.
Sir, mission live classes videos with notes when uploaded? Yes, so they are uploaded the next day. Usually by 10 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning. See, remember these are long 6-hour lectures. So they have to be modified, they are encrypted and then uploaded. It takes some time. But so, usually by 11 o'clock in the morning.
Praveen, some students are saying that they have to appear in December. And so how they should go give proper schedule. So I think we can make another video for these students.
Okay, we'll make a video for this. Okay, sir. Sounds good. But जो सर ने बताया और हमने डिस्कस किया इस बात को that if you are appearing for December examination, you can start with the main videos if you are able to maintain discipline. If not, you can start with the mission classes as well. Either way, you have to do ENDs and the GTs. Right? But as sir is saying, we'll make another video. Okay. So a daily schedule. So this is how your daily schedule should look like. So say today at 5:30 or 5:15, Goga sir starts with his class. Sir, 5 बजे? 5:30 बजे. Okay. The class is going to continue till at least 10:30 or 11. And then there are some people like Dilip sir who will take it till 1 a.m. Right? After that you have to sleep for 7-8 hours definitely. If the class gets completed at 10:30 or 11 p.m., you have to do your late night PYQs. No matter how tired you are, you have to do it. Because this is going to be the game changer in the end.
Yes.
Watch any video of any topper. Everybody talks about these late night PYQs. So कितने भी थके हुए हो, कितना भी रोना आ रहा है, you have to do these questions. In the initial lab, they would be only 25 to 30, right? You get up in the morning, you revise the last day lecture. If you want, you can add to it BTR also. If you do not have time, no problem. Mission in itself is complete. And then there is time for your next lecture. On the day of ENDs, you have to quickly revise again and appear for ENDs. And in between, you will keep on having GTs. You have to appear for GTs. And then you have to review the GTs. This is the simple plan. Doing it would not be easy. But if you do it, you will definitely cross 225. Forget 200 plus. Narayan is saying, sir, everybody talks about 130, 140 number students. What about those who got 110, 120? See, we talked about 5 questions, and you have to also ask those 5 questions to yourself. And if the answer to any of those is no, you have to fix it.
So
in some cases,
I will like to differ a little here.
Okay.
The students who have marks in early hundreds, maybe 90, 80, 100, 110. So I feel that you should work on your basic concepts little more. So maybe you take 6 months extra, but try to do it from main videos and clear your concepts thoroughly. Because directly doing any short thing you will not give you result.
Right.
So unless your concepts are good, you will not be able to pass. So because the exam is purely conceptual now, gone are the days when you rectify and pass the exam.
No.
So you need to have good concepts. So if you have lesser score, then I will advise you that at least clear your concepts. And if your concepts are clear, then the chance of passing are much more.
Right. So sir is saying if you are under 100, then probably concepts needs to be strengthened. But if you are in 130s,
Yeah.
or 120s also, probably the same thing that we discussed earlier also.
So 120, 130, 140, they are having pretty okay concepts, I feel. So that can be covered with the mission program.
And see, when sir says main videos, you don't have to do it for all the subjects.
Yes.
Maybe you are doing very bad in a particular subject. Say anatomy is your weakest link.
Not whole of the subjects, maybe topics.
Right.
Like in a particular subject, you do not know about any particular topic. You can do that from main video.
हाँ, जैसे CNS नहीं आता बिल्कुल भी, तो main video से कर लो, right? एक particular subject is very weak, वो main video से कर लो. Because sir is very right. If you are getting 80 or 90, and given the fact that there is no negative marking, that means that the basics are missing. So basics कई बार are better sorted out with the main videos. हमारा एग्जाम FMGE दिसंबर में है सर. बहुत सारे बच्चों का मैसेज आ रहा है, इसको भी एक वीडियो बनाते हैं.
दिसंबर का अलग से बना
देंगे. Okay.
How to revise a subject which already completed with the current subjects. So guys, it will not be possible for you to revise because the schedule is so hectic. You will not get any time. So unless you have already done some subjects thoroughly, so you can give lesser time in that subject and start revising some other subjects. But we will advise that follow the mission program as it is.
Please follow the mission program as it is. The results are going to come. You can believe us on this, trust us on this, right? इतना परेशान मत हो, ये करना भी आसान नहीं होने वाला. You would not be asking these questions one month from now. So I think the questions are now getting repeated. I think we are done here. And December का हम बना देंगे अलग से video, but some part we have discussed. Bhupender is saying, sir, please tell, Goga sir, please tell about the first aid.
Beta, you don't need to do first aid. No, not required at all. We will cover everything.
देखो यार, पूरा कंटेंट जब FMG एग्जाम के हिसाब से बना दिया गया है, then why do you want to use non-specific sources? First aid is a great book. I mean, every single doctor is a fan of first aid, but when your examination is a bit different and the questions are asked in a different way and the content that you're getting is in accordance to that exam, then why do you want to go here and there? चलिए ठीक है. So students, I think Goga sir is about to start his class in 40-45 minutes. Today's lecture is going to be live on YouTube as well. From tomorrow we will be doing it in the app only. And if you are not a student of Mission 200 Plus as of now, why are you not a student of Mission 200 Plus? You should be a student of Mission 200 Plus. Just go to the website, subscribe to the app, and I think these are the prices. Use a coupon code of Cerebellum, you'll get some discount, 1,000 rupees discount. See you in the class. Work hard. Let's cross the score of 200 plus. and let's meet in Cerebellum.
So basically we have changed our logo, so we'll say एग्जाम से साथ भी एग्जाम के बाद भी, ठीक है ना, तो पार्टी में भी हम साथ रहेंगे हमेशा. चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट.
All the best.